Today's subject is, y'all want women to be confident, but not too confident. This whole situation, I'm even skipping my intro. This whole situation with Kiki Palmer, which this is not a relationship channel, really taught me that people only want you to be confident to the point of where they allow it, where they can measure or not how confident you're supposed to be. Okay, so you just had a kid, you're only supposed to be a little confident. Okay, you just lost weight, you're only supposed to be 80% confident. I feel like literally people, it's just gotten to the point where I've made my peace with the fact that people will be 30, 40, 50, 60 and still have no confidence. And instead of doing the hard work with a licensed therapist, instead of doing the hard work, they rather lash out at others, try to make other opportunities. But the thing about somebody who's a star, you can't hide light. You can't. You can try to cover it. You can try to cover it. You can try to dim it for a little bit, but a light is always going to shine. At the end of the day, I still feel like the whole situation screams very much, you can only be as confident as I want you to be. So my main topic too, as well, is the fact that you're allowed to be different. So today's look is inspired by Baby Storme. Please go stream City is a Graveyard and all her music. Like, my favorite is Dreams. Like, oh my God. It's just, I just want to just float away when I listen to it. But City is a Graveyard. We're going to get this video to 1 million views. We're going to do it. And you're allowed to be different. I think what everyone doesn't understand, at least that's what I took from getting Kelowna 3 times in a row, is that we don't got much time here. I don't know how much time y'all think we have here, but we don't. Like, you don't have as much time as you think you have on Earth. And I feel like if you're going to spend that time conforming so people won't make fun of you or not trying to go against the grain, like, I really feel like you need to know you're wasting your time. Because even if you conform to everybody, then people are going to call you basic. And then if you don't conform, people are going to make fun of you for being different. And I'm telling you, we don't have that much time here. I also said that there is a question of people not having the bravery to be themselves. And like I said, like, there's been plenty of stuff, like even with me creating a whole channel, like creating the channel and not having a lot of subscribers is embarrassing. But guess what? I'm still gonna do it, because at the end of the day, when I do get to the numbers that I really want to get to, you're not going to be able to say anything about, oh, well, she got this because of pretty privilege. Oh, she got this because of A, B, and C. I was like, you've been watching me. This is year 3 with Haire, and you see my views, you see my subscriber count. So at the end of the day, I'm just smiling because like, at the end of the day, like, people are going to make fun of you regardless. Because if you have a big platform, they're going to be like, okay, well, damn, like, there's so many people there, she doesn't care, blah, blah, blah. You have small platforms, like, oh my God, her content's boring, she's not popular, blah, blah. So like I said, like, that blah, blah, blah part is going to continue whether or not you want to or not. So I don't know if you can watch this video. The biggest takeaway from this video is that if you're different, be different and stand in that. You do not have time. You do not have time to become yourself later in life. Like, be yourself today. Okay, number 2 is authenticity. Authenticity is very big for me. That's why whenever I do content, I make sure I'm still staying true to Claire. I'm still staying true to Claire. I'm still staying true to what my values are. And like I said, I don't make content that I wouldn't be proud of 5 years from now. So I don't make content that I wouldn't be proud of 5 years from now. So I'm smiling because it's just like, it's crazy how authenticity is dying. So many people have the same personality, and social media essentially was supposed to be for us to showcase our unique personalities. But what's happening in reverse is that everybody's personality is coming from social media. So no one has anything unique or interesting to say. People don't have different topics that they're interested in. And I don't know, like, I think it's more frustrating, at least in my perspective. Like, I feel like it's more frustrating to me because I feel like there's so many different personalities that could be out there, but everybody's just under the same programming of, okay, I'm into TikTok, I'm into this, I'm into that. And like I said, I watch videos too, but like, I still am Claire outside of that. And I feel like a lot of people are just drowning out, like, no one has an interesting personality. So when you come and you have an authentic personality that you came from yourself, I feel like you stick out more. You resonate more with people. And then I really feel like you stick out more than most people would. But my next point is that cookie cutter. So my notes that I have here, I have looked at my notes. The thing about being cookie cutter is basically you're doing the same thing everybody. A day in the life. Like, that's fine if you want to do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's nothing wrong with being, you know, that cookie cutter, doing the same content that everybody else is doing and making sure that you don't step out of line. Everybody has the same format and how they do their videos, the same background, the same target decorations in the background. Yes, I'm throwing shade because I was like, dang, like, yeah, y'all all went on the same shopping spree. But it's just like, they have those different ones. And I'm just like, yo, like, it's okay to be cookie cutter, but once that trend's over, you're going to be washed away. Like, you've noticed how some of your favorite content creators or even favorite artists have kind of like faded to the background because that trend's over. Remember, there was like an obsession with EDM and everybody was doing a song like that. And then of course, you know, to stay relevant, you have to jump on that, but you have to also be a chameleon. So being a cookie cutter is okay, but it doesn't have longevity. I have on here as well is that you can't out Claire. And what that means is that I've noticed that like, it makes me so sad for y'all. Like, it's not like a judgmental thing. Like, I'm smiling because I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable. Like, I've seen people be jealous of others, and it's sad because it's just like, while you're spending that time being jealous of another person, you can be perfecting what it means to be you, what it means to be Jessica, what it means to be Amanda. Like, you can be perfecting that instead of you're looking at other people. Now, as someone who has been on a, you know, long, arduous journey of life, like, I didn't get my first car till I was 28. And I didn't get my first car till I was 28. And I remember looking and, you know, envy at other people. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't sit there and drag people down. I didn't sit there and make fun of other people's cars. At the end of the day, if somebody had, you know, the kindness to pick me up or drop me off somewhere, I was forever thankful for them, so I wouldn't have to ride the bus or whatever. But to have my first car be at 28, like, it was a very humbling decade for me, you know, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that what's for you is for you. You can't outclair me. Like, you can't outclair me. Like, there's no way you can outclair me. I'm bringing something unique to the table, which is myself. Like, you can't outclair me. I've said this before, and people will be surprised about how, even though like I'm going through strife, like, there's still a smile on my face. I was like, it's because I'm still here. And I also feel like it's the fact that, like, I finally get to live me for me. Like, if you guys know my About Me video, you know, growing up very Christian ingrained by my parents, of course, and like, to sit there and be able to walk outside and be myself, like, that is like the biggest gift. Like, I don't have to hide nothing. Now, of course, you know, in certain situations, I am a little bit more reserved because I'm not trying to get thrown out. But like, it's so amazing. Every single day, I get to be myself. Like, that's why, like, whenever I see other people and they just look at you, or, you know the looks, like, they look at you and it's just like, what about what you bring to the table? Like, your insecurity is not going to change. If it's not me that's making you insecure, it's going to be somebody else. There will always, like, as long as you don't do the work, as long as you don't do the hard work of being secure within yourself, someone's always going to trigger you. This is going to be a lifelong membership of insecurity. So I just feel like, I don't know, like, I just feel like today, take some time today and just look at what you bring to the table. Like, look at what you bring to the table, like, for real. And if you sit there and be like, I don't bring nothing to the table, you're lying. There is a specific aspect that every single person has that, okay, dang, we're missing that vibe today, or dang, we're missing that energy today, or dang, we're missing that person today. You know, like, there's a different energy that each person brings to the table. And it's just like, it's just so sad when like, the way I see it is like, I'll leave you with this, like, the best quote I've ever seen was when everybody has a meal coming, okay? And your meal's custom made. You feel me? Your meal's custom made. And is for you. Like, that meal is for you. Like, this is like a confidence boosting video for y'all. Like, that meal is for you. Yes, you may see the person next to you get the exact meal you've been begging for, you know, but that doesn't mean you start stealing off their plate or you start downing their plate. You wait your turn. What's for you is for you. And things can change in the middle of the night. Like I said, like with the whole Kiki situation, I thought about her and I was just like, this could have gone a whole different way if after she had the baby, she was like, oh, I don't really like myself. Like I said, she might be going through that. Like I said, postpartum depression is very, you know, I'm very very mental health conscious. And postpartum is a real, you know, disorder. And she could just be going through that as well, working that out. But there's that moment, like when she just sat there, was like, I made a baby, you know, I made a baby, I made a kid, like, and I'm healthy, like I'm strong, I'm superwoman. And instead of people like being like, yeah, girl, go, there was a couple of naysayers, right? Besides her consort, there was a couple of naysayers that I just kind of sat there and I was just like, this woman found confidence. And because it's not at the level, I guess the confidence level that they wanted her to be at was that the confidence level they wanted to be her was at like a 60. She was at 110% confidence and they were not having it. And guess what? That's because they still are not confident with themselves. And like I said, like I think like the biggest takeaway is just that you do not want to be 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, and still trying to get that confidence. Like insecurity, I have yet to see insecurity produce anything. I have yet to see it. I've seen happiness produce, I've seen love produce. I've never seen insecurity produce any type of product. So like I said, don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.